What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Purple Shade Podcast. So we got our Wednesday show. This is our preview show. We're going to preview week 2 today and give you guys our picks for the week. We did pretty good last week. Brody, you went 11-5. I went 12-4. So we know a little bit of what we're talking about. Just a little bit. But we're gonna dive deep into Ravens, Browns, Vikings, Falcons. We're going to give our thoughts on that. So we already put a bow in week 1. So we're on to week 2. All right. So what game you want to start off with?
Man, let's start off with the Vikings because they've already put on the show for us. So let's get them out of the way because Ravens might go into overtime if the what happens come next week actually happens.
All right, we'll talk about that. Well, let's jump into the Vikings first, right? Okay, so Vikings Falcons week 2 on Sunday Night Football. Okay, Sunday night, 8:20 Eastern, 7:20 Central, U.S. Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's going to be on NBC. Man, it's going to be big, a big primetime game. Minneapolis, and the Vikings are going to look to just stack some wins, right? Just build on their week 1 win. And then the Falcons, they're going to look to try to get a win after their, just gut punch of a loss. They lost by a field goal. I heard they even, I think they signed a kicker to their practice squad this week.
Wow,
bringing some competition. I know their kicker. What's that kid's name? Koo. When he missed that kick against Tampa, man, I know some Falcons fans were pissed. I know they were pissed.
Yeah. Oh, man.
But, it should be a good one, right? So we got two young quarterbacks. We got J.J. McCarthy and Michael Penix Jr. And for those who pay attention, right, to football, these two quarterbacks actually, the last time they played one another was in the 2024 National Championship game. Michigan and Washington. So this is kind of a rematch in a way. Two young quarterbacks, and both of them in their second year. They got drafted the same year. Michael Penix is going to face an uphill battle. I don't think the Falcons have a good roster as the Vikings. I'm probably going to pick the Vikings to win this at home, but they still have some upside. They have some good pieces on offense. Their defense is, it leaves a little bit to,
be desired.
Let's just say, to desire. Let's just say they don't have a great defense.
It's all right.
It's all right.
It's okay.
It's all right.
Mid.
Mid, But so before I bring it to you, I just want to bring up some key things from week 1 for both of these teams. The Vikings are 1-0. As I said, they got a big win in Chicago. They kind of escaped with that win, 27-24, behind J.J. McCarthy's late game, 3 touchdowns. Justin Jefferson, he had 5 catches for 84 yards. He caught one of those touchdowns, so did Aaron Jones. And let me see. Defense played pretty well in the second half, and they locked the Bears down. The Falcons are coming off a loss. They lost 23-20 to Tampa Bay after a missed field goal at the buzzer. Michael Penix Jr., he did pretty good, man. He threw for 298 yards and a touchdown. Plus, he ran for a touchdown. Bijan Robinson had 100 yards. But again, the defense, it leaves a little bit to desire. So, Brody, what you think about this game?
To be honest, I don't think the Vikings going to have a problem with the Falcons at all. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Ooh.
Don't get me wrong. Michael Penix Jr., Buccaneers with a veteran quarterback, Baker Mayfield on the other side, who they went up against last week. I wouldn't say he did terrible, 298 yards. He had 8 touchdowns. But if we're talking about, kind of a, run it back situation with, Michael Penix Jr. and J.J. McCarthy, I'd say McCarthy is, he's a little more prepped, a little more poised for this rematch. You know what I mean? So I don't think the Vikings can have a problem. I have to give it to the Vikings on this one. Because I know exactly what the Vikings are capable of. In Chicago, they kind of choked to the end, which is something I wasn't used to. But in the end, they pulled it out. And a win is a win, no matter how ugly it is. I mean, that record shows it. Vikings are going into this game with a win, a little chip on their shoulder. The Falcons coming off a loss to the Bucks.
They're going to be looking for some, they're going to look to get on track, man. Nobody wants to go 0-2.
Nobody does.
So
trust me, we know.
Fighting. Yeah, they're going to come out fighting. And that's going to be the thing, right? So the Vikings are going to have to, again, weather that storm because Atlanta's going to be desperate. They're going to come out fighting. J.J. McCarthy, he's going to have to try to keep some of that poise he had against the Bears. But Michael Penix Jr. is good, man. He has a good arm talent. I think both these guys, I mean, we have a smaller sample size for McCarthy. That's one game. Michael Penix played a little bit last year. So this is his first year as a full-time starter. So we have a little bit more tape on him, right. But he's shown some flashes. Right? But I think, again, it's going to be which quarterback handles that primetime game pressure. McCarthy had to do it on Monday Night Football. He was playing another young quarterback in Caleb Williams, who also got drafted in that same class the year before. So this is his second week of playing one of his, classmates, right, from that draft.
Draftees.
Yeah. So I think it's gonna be a good one. Two good young quarterbacks. Jefferson, he should be able to do some things against that secondary. I'm interested to see what the Vikings defense does against Bijan Robinson. If he starts to get loose, it could get pretty bad if they don't, try to contain him a little bit. Because he had 100 yards last week, right? I also would like to see the Vikings do better on third down. They didn't do too well on third down last week. I think they're like 3 for 12. I think the Falcons did a little better. So the Vikings are going to have to do better on third down. When you look at the game, the spread right now, the Vikings are favored by 3.5, right? I think it's 3.5 or 4, which tells you it's almost even because usually the home team gets 3. So if it's 3.5 to 4, they're only favored by a point and a half. I mean, a half a point, right? So we'll see. Over under is about 44.5 right now. But I think it's going to be a close. I don't think, because McCarthy's still very young and he's still just kind of starting out in this offense. I don't think they're going to be blowing anybody out anytime soon. I think he's still going to be feeling his way, through games. So if the defense can step up and get pressure on Penix, it could be a long day for him, but they're going to have to lean on Bijan Robinson to have a chance. I'll tell you that much.
Well, you know what? I'm going to have to go against that. I'm going to say J.J. McCarthy's going to have a great game against the Falcons.
I hope you're right. I
feel like what happened in Chicago just might be a little, now he's got it. Mm-hmm. Because if you put it in perspective, 3/4 of the game, okay, he's filling it out. And then fourth quarter, bam, 3 touchdowns. If he carries that type of energy into the next game off the break with that type of comfort, I mean, plus that was a primetime game. This is a
Sunday night,
another primetime game.
Another Sunday night game, yeah. To basically start your career, you start out on Monday night, then the very next week you're going to come out on Sunday night, right? At least this time it's at home, so he should be a little bit more comfortable. This is basically his home debut, and realizing that it's his home debut, he's also going to have to manage those emotions, right? This is your first home game, Sunday night and the guy on the other side is, if you think about it, the last meaningful game he played besides last Monday was that national championship against Michael Penix Jr. in Washington, and Washington, right? University of Washington. So he's going to see a familiar face on the other side, but can he handle those emotions, right? First game, prime time, at home, got to get those jitters out. Don't throw, try to maintain your posure. Don't throw a lot of high balls. A lot of times when guys are juiced up, the ball's coming out high. So if he can manage that, I think he'll be fine. Kevin O'Connell should have a good game plan for him. Not too much early. Let him get comfortable. Give him some easy throws. And I was saying that a lot on Monday night is just, man, get him some easy throws and get him comfortable. So I'm hoping that happens. I am. But for a little history, I mean, the Vikings have covered, right, in 5 straight September games. So they've covered the spread on 5 straight September games, which is big, right? And the Falcons are 1-8 in their last 10, right? They got 6 straight losses against the spread. So,
I mean, it doesn't look good, but that could also say that they're due to change that.
It could be. I mean, look, it's you got two young. Well, I want to say rookies, 2 young quarterbacks, right? So it's going to be a kind of a young quarterback showcase. This is going to be these 2 franchises, right? What are they going to be for 2025? So this is going to show that a little bit. Sorry, this is going to show that a little bit, right? What are they going to be for 2025? So I think Minnesota has the edge again because they have the better roster and they're going to have home field for this. But Atlanta can be explosive at times, right? I think they're pretty good, right, on offense. They can be explosive, especially with Bijan. So just gotta look. I know you're thinking the Vikings have it, but I'm still on upset watch. I'm just taking this casually.
I just say you are more prepared than I am. I got high hopes for the teams. You know what I mean? That's all. That's it. I just got high hopes for them, and I feel like, I mean, JJ McCarthy could just be another great in the making, just off of his that comeback last week was just Monday was, wow.
Big time. I mean, it was big time. It was. He showed poise for a young kid. He did. He showed poise, which was good, right?
Right.
He showed that he couldn't be rattled, at least not this early. He didn't get rattled. He stuck with the game plan, right? And he didn't lose confidence. And I love that about him.
He locked in.
He did. He locked in. He had all that, and he has all that going for him. He just has to carry that over into Sunday night, and that's kind of what I was, what I started with. It's like they're going to have to build on that, build on that win from Sunday night. I mean, from Monday night, right, into Sunday night, and just keep it moving.
Yeah,
just keep it moving.
Okay. Well, I mean, hey, y'all heard it. You know what I mean? Build on that for Sunday night and keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
That's it. I feel like,
and we're going to keep it moving.
Yeah.
And we're going to keep it moving to the second game. Ravens and Browns.
Oh, you could talk about this game all day, actually.
We could because it's a rivalry, right? It's a rivalry.
It's a
in
rivalry.
So many ways, right? So this is a Sunday game, 1:00. 1:00 start. M&T Bank Stadium, Baltimore, Maryland.
Both Baltimore teams.
No.
Baltimore Browns. It was a thing, and that's the sad part about it. We've had 3 teams.
There was never a Baltimore Browns though.
It was a thought.
I know, but I'm so glad that they let the Browns keep that name because that's so ugly.
Oh man,
that's so ugly. I'm so glad that the Ravens they came up with that, right? Right. Of course, I think they put it to a vote or something. Like I think they did like a contest or something. Something happened. I think I can't remember.
Something like that. Something
like that. But so glad it wasn't the Baltimore Browns. Oh my goodness.
I mean, wait a minute. I will say
nothing wrong with the color brown, right? Because there's plenty of beautiful brown people in this world, right? I love all of you.
Exactly.
But anything but on a beautiful brown human being, brown is just like, ugh.
Now, I can see what you're saying. Now, but is that just due to Cleveland's,
probably a little bit?
Because I was going to say
just Cleveland. Ugh.
Like, think about it: the Baltimore Bullets, Baltimore Browns, Washington Wizards.
But they used to be the Washington Bullets, though.
Yeah, it was Baltimore Bullets, Washington Bullets. That's like, no, we can't have a team. That's not cool. Bullets, like, no, this is Washington, not Baltimore. Yeah.
But the colors were the same, though. Red, white, and blue.
Red, white, and blue.
right? I'm more on that. That color, just orange and brown. I mean, bro, their mascot is like a little elf. They got like 8 mascots, right?
Yeah.
They got the dog pound. Is it a dog? Is it that little elf that y'all have on the field? What's your mascot?
It's probably both of them.
Figure
with
it
the
out.
Elf walking the dog.
The elf walking the dog?
The elf walking the dog. Because I don't know.
So where do you get Browns from that? From the elf walking the dog?
Old school football, brown pants, and the dog is brown.
You know what? I don't even know where we were going with this. I don't know where we're going with this. I don't know where.
Sorry, guys.
With this. Baltimore Browns. No, Baltimore Ravens against the Cleveland Browns. You can have the name. M&T Bank Stadium, Baltimore, Maryland, 1:00 on Sunday. This will be a matchup of 2 AFC North rivals. Basically, both of them coming off losses, licking their wounds. Both of them had 1-point losses. So basically 2 heartbreaks in week 1. The Browns should have won that game. If they had a kicker, they would have won. If the Ravens had a competent coach, they would have won. But I'm not going to get into that. I beat that dead horse yesterday. Unfortunately, the Ravens blew a 15-point lead against the Bills. And basically, and then on the other side with the Browns, they basically dominated the Bengals, bro. Statistically, it was ridiculous. The Bengals had like 7 yards of offense in the second half, and they still won. So that's my point, right?
Right.
We're going to get to the picks and what I think in a second, but that defense is always tough, right?
Oh,
that Browns defense is always tough, right? Both of these teams are going to be desperate for a win. None of them want to start 0-2.
Definitely not Cleveland with 2 divisional losses.
Especially not Cleveland. But look, last year, when the Ravens lost to the Chiefs in week 1, right? We said the same thing. Oh, you got to come back against the Raiders. You got to get this win. And what happened? They lost.
0-2.
They lost, and they started 0-2, right? Now, they still made the playoffs.
Playoffs?
Okay? Right? They did. They still made the playoffs. But historically, only 11.5% of teams have climbed out of a 0-2 hole to make the playoffs. So, I don't know.
I mean, it's saying something.
I don't know. I think for the Browns, like you said, to your point, I think it's more important for the Browns than the Ravens because, of course, the Ravens have the better roster, the better quarterback, better running back. I think that's it.
Better coach.
Probably better receivers.
Better coach.
I think that's it.
Better coach.
I would.
Better coach. Better coach.
What'd you say?
Better coach.
I can't hear what you said.
Better coach.
Bueller.
Ferris Bueller. Yeah, Ferris Bueller.
I mean, are we serious right now? We're gonna go there. Okay, let's not go there. Let's not go there.
We're gonna have to touch at least one time on the coaching staff.
No, I don't even want to go there. I'm so tired of beating that horse. Right, that horse is dead. It's been dead. Some of the key matchups for this week should be Lamar gets that Brown secondary. He's had some success, but basically because he's the best player in the world, he's the best quarterback in the NFL. I don't care what you say. It's not Josh Allen. You saw that on Sunday. Trust me. Just don't even do that. Cleveland's going to have to be disciplined in what they do because Lamar is so dynamic. If he gets loose and jumps out the window like he should be doing and not cramping up or taking shots, Lamar's just always going to be dangerous, right?
Right.
Derrick Henry gets that front seven. That front seven is a monster. They still have Myles Garrett. He's scary, especially against it. You thought Ed Oliver was disruptive? Don't forget, you have to play Myles Garrett twice a season. You have to play TJ Watt twice a season. Hawkinson from out of Cincinnati twice a season. Okay? So it doesn't get any easier, Ravens fans. Trust me. But yeah, Derrick Henry against that front seven, that's going to be interesting. Are they going to stay with that kind of that run heavy type of offense? What do you think, bro?
They actually could. I mean, Derrick Henry is majority of the time is pretty good, man. His average of on the run game is actually very, very substantial. And any game the Ravens could start with the run or fit it in there somewhere and be dominant with it, man. It's Derrick Henry. He's a tall back, huge. He's a bit on the, older side, but still the man can run. He's not showing any signs of slowing down. So their run game is not exactly the three-headed monster, back in the day that it was, but between Justice Hill, Derrick Henry, and I forget the last boy's name, they still make a well-rounded backfield for Lamar. If it doesn't work, I'm sorry.
I hope it's Keaton. I hope it's Keaton Mitchell, which I was upset that he was inactive in week 1. Again, I'm not going to beat that dead horse. I don't even want to get into that, why he was inactive in week 1. I don't, man. I don't. But, to your point, if they do stay with kind of that run heavy, Captain Conservative loves to run the ball. Okay, great. And you have the pieces to run the ball. You have one of the best running backs in the history of the NFL. If they can run the ball effectively like they did against the Bills, this time try to control the clock. I know they scored fast. They did. They scored fast. But Buffalo just buried them in time of possession last week.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to score that fast this week. I think the Browns have a better run defense. So control the clock. You're at home. Control the clock a little bit more. Make it a shortened game. The last thing you want is for the same thing like last year to happen and the Ravens to get tight.
Yeah.
And it's close late, because then we're all going to be shaking our heads, right? Because we know what's going to happen. On the other side for the Browns, man, they got Flacco, right? They got Joe Flacco, Shane Falco, for people who know about that.
Flying Falcos.
So, his decision making is going to be huge, right? Because, he threw the ball a lot last week, but he also coughed the ball up. I think he had 2 turnovers, 2 really big turnovers, I think, in that game against Cincinnati, which helped Cincinnati, win that game, even though they shouldn't have, because they didn't play well at all. So I'm looking to see this week, is that defense going to put more pressure? And I'm sure they will, right? They have to put more pressure on Flacco than they did on Allen, because Flacco will cough the ball up. Allen will cough the ball up too. I just think they were scared, which I don't appreciate, because I don't think Josh Allen is as good as advertised, like what you saw. He's good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to poo-poo Josh Allen. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I don't think he's as good as what you saw on Sunday night, right?
Right.
Because early in the season last year, they only scored 10 points. That's the Josh Allen that I'm used to seeing, right?
Yeah.
So they're going to have to get to Flacco. They're going to have to get some pressure and kind of hurry some of his throws. And then, man, special teams is going to be huge, because I think it's going to be a big field position game.
Tyler Loop.
Stop missing
extra chip shots, my guy.
My guy.
Stop missing chip shots, bro.
All right.
Yo, Tyler Loop.
Extra points are like free throws, my man.
Yeah. Or wait, no, participation trophies, dude. You're just out there to make it look good. They didn't like the fact that the touchdown was just 6, so they made it 7. Don't screw it up.
All you do is kick, partner. Come on.
One job.
Make your kicks.
We like you, man.
Again, don't try to be Justin Tucker. Be Tyler Loop.
Tyler Loop.
All right. Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, that's all I had to say. Oh, is my feed? Hold up. Hold tight. But no, I agree, man. The Ravens going to have to get to Mr. Flacco. You know what I mean? And I feel like it's just going to be a little bit of bittersweet there. Flacco is the ex-quarterback of the Baltimore Ravens. Besides Lamar Jackson, he actually stepped up to him as a mentor as well. So it's going to be a little bit of a reunion for both quarterbacks. I mean, come on. Not when I say it, it's just to say, hey, man, he wanted to help out. Maybe. No? Not at all. Still, it's just going to be a reunion between these two quarterbacks.
Let's just call it that.
They used to play both of them used to play for the Ravens. Lamar still
One
plays for
still
the
does.
Ravens. Exactly.
Yeah, one still does.
Lamar
Well,
still
this
does.
will be Joe Flacco's first game back in M&T Bank since leaving. That is, or at least starting. Yeah, at least as the starting QB. Yeah.
Yeah. Just no Ravens jersey. But you know what?
People are going to have some Flacco. Come on, man.
There are
going to be some fives out there.
Oh,
no.
No.
There's going to be some Flacco jerseys out there.
Oh, no, right. I'm not talking about fans. I'm talking about Joe Flacco himself. He's just not wearing purple. Being back in M&T Bank. But I'm a little worried. I am, because I know what Joe Flacco's capable of. I've seen a lot of his strengths. I've seen a lot of his flaws. I hope the Ravens can, exploit that in a way, because if they don't, Joe Flacco will ruin you. And it's the Browns. It's a division game. For some reason, and you said it, I've said it, there's always something funny when it comes to a division game. Ravens, Browns, Ravens, Cincinnati, Ravens, Steelers. Always something, and we're going to witness it this week.
Look, at the end of the day, it's this is more than just a divisional game, right? It's more than just a divisional clash, right? Clash of the AFC North Titans, right? This is because both of these teams are 0-1. This is going to be a tone setter for the rest of the season. I'm telling you that right now, right? Whoever goes down 0-2 is going to be a problem for them to climb out that hole, right? So this is going to be a tone setter for the rest of the season for both of these teams, okay? Because as good as the Ravens are, as good as this roster is, if they go down 0-2 for a second straight season, you think people are calling for Harbaugh's head now? Lose this game. Go ahead, lose this game. And they're going to be protesting outside Bashady's crib. Lose this game. I guarantee it. People are going to be outside M&T Bank Stadium, fire Harbaugh. I'm telling you. Did you know they started a website? Shout out to whoever's paying for the domain for this. Firejohn.org. Check it out.
Ooh.
Firejohn.org.
I didn't know that.
It's gotten that bad so far. I've been driving the train. I'm the conductor of the train. I've been conducting and driving this train for years, right? Fire Harbaugh. I don't wish anybody get fired, but look, at the end of the day, John Harbaugh's been coaching for 18 years. He's an NFL coach. I think he's going to be all right as far as the money. He doesn't have jobs like we do. He's not regular,
regular people.
He's not regular people. Okay. So I think he's going to be okay. The man's in his 60s. I think he can just retire and just he'll be fine. I'm pretty sure he has plenty of money for him and his family, right? His brother coaches the LA Chargers, so
younger brother, or is it older brother?
Yeah, miss me with that. I think John's older, so
younger brother.
Yeah,
he can help out. Come on, Jim.
But man, look, and it's the thing. Look, Baltimore, you're at home. You got home field, right? Cleveland scrappy. Don't play with them. Don't play. If you let them hang around, history has told you, especially in this matchup, they won't be a walkover. They're not just going to let you blow them out. All right? You're going to have to be efficient. And this is always what I say about the Ravens. Be efficient on early downs. Because you're a run-heavy team, be efficient on early downs. Don't get into the second and 8s, third and 7s. When you get to third down, they're gonna have to be in like third and less than 5 to be effective, right? So early down efficiency, and they're gonna have to be better in the red zone. They were horrible in the red zone last week. I know, because a lot of their touchdowns came outside the red zone, a lot of big plays. But when they did get in the red zone, they were only still 1 for 3. That's not gonna fly, right? That's not gonna fly. And look, just avoid the killer mistakes. No fumbles, no blown coverages. Do your job, and they should be fine. They should be fine. Okay? The spread on this is like 11.5. That's a lot.
Ooh. Well,
depending on the book, right? Depending on the sports book, right? It's about 11.5, around that.
Now, I see it. Trust me, I see it. But knowing the history, knowing the fact that, like I said, man, the Browns do not want to go 0-2 and both of these games be division games.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to look very, very bad for the Browns. Terrible.
And these teams know each other well, right? These teams know each other extremely well. The over-under is at 45, like 45 and a half. I would take the under in this.
I'm kind of feeling it.
I would. The way that defense, that Browns defense can get after the Ravens sometimes, I would take the under on this.
Yep. That's the sad part. I would 100%.
Right?
Yep. I feel it. I really do. And I love my team. Like, I love my team, but for some reason I feel it. And I don't, I don't just call this lightly. I want them to win. I just don't feel it. I don't see it. They're going to have to.
You don't see it?
I don't see it. The Ravens going to have to, when I say lock in, they're going to have to lock them down. They have to lock the Browns down. There is no more of this playing to your competition. This is a division game where somebody's leaving 1-1 and 0-2. And it just depends on which side you want to be on. And sadly, like I said, I can't see them not, just being the team I know they can be, especially against the Browns.
Again, only 11.5% of teams who start 0-2 make the playoffs since 1991. Since 1990. So remember that.
I will. Yeah.
But those are two games. Vikings, Falcons, Sunday Night Football, 8:20 Eastern, 7:20 Central, US Bank Stadium. And at 1 o'clock Eastern, 12 o'clock Central, Ravens and Browns from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Two big games, right? Of course, we're going to watch these. But, Brody, we got some other games to pick. So let's jump into that. Let's jump into some picks.
Let's do it.
You started off last week, right? So I'll start off this week. Week 2 picks. Start off tomorrow. We're recording this on a Wednesday. This is our Wednesday show. We're probably going to stay consistent with this. We'll have a show. We'll have this show come out on Wednesday to kind of kick off each week. Where we're going to just do, and I've talked about this, but I'll just go over it again. We're going to do a preview of the Ravens and the Vikings matchups, and we're also going to do our picks. That's something we're doing this season. So I'll start off with that. So on Thursday night, we got a good one. Back in the day, Thursday night games used to be crappy, but we've had two good ones to start. This week we have the Washington Commanders at the Green Bay Packers. I'm taking the Packers in this one. The Packers in this one.
It's at Lambeau.
It's in Lambeau. It's nice. They started off with 2 straight home games. Good for them. Kicking off on Sunday. No Friday game this week. I don't think we have too many more Friday. I don't think we have any more Friday games. I think that's just the beginning of the season. Starting off, we got Cleveland at Baltimore. I think the Ravens get it done, but I was burnt last week, so I'm cautiously optimistic about this pick.
Skeptical.
Yeah. We got Jacksonville at Cincinnati. As bad as Cincinnati played, I'm just not sold on Jacksonville. I'm not sold on Cincinnati either, but it's in Cincinnati. And Cincinnati can be explosive at times, so I'll take the Bengals in this one. We got the Giants at the Cowboys. So New York Giants at the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to take Dallas at home in this one just because the Giants are that bad. We might see Jackson Dart in this one. They might sit Russell. If he starts and he doesn't play well, I think they're going to bench him. I don't think Jameis Winston, I don't even think they're going to try the Jameis Winston experiment. I think they're just going to go straight to Jackson Dart, their rookie. Then we have Chicago at Detroit. I'm going to take Detroit at home with this one. I think they did play a bad game at Green Bay. They kind of got ambushed, though. I think Detroit's better than that. I think they bounce back at home. New England at Miami. This one, man, it just, ooh. I can't believe I'm going to.
Oh, no.
I'm going to take Miami in this one. I think they may bounce back, right? Everybody's poo-pooing them this week and talking crap. They might go off on New England. I don't think New England's that good. I picked them last week, and I thought they were going to beat the Raiders, but they didn't. So I'm going to take Miami in this one. San Francisco at New Orleans. San Francisco's already banged up a little bit, which sucks, but I think they'll beat New Orleans because New Orleans is bad. Buffalo at the Jets. I'm not going to get burnt on the Jets this week. I think Buffalo probably handles business because they're the best team in that division, and the Jets, I don't think they're there. So I'm taking Buffalo in that one. Seattle at Pittsburgh. I'm taking Seattle just because I just can't pick Pittsburgh. And I think Seattle's defense can hold down Aaron Rodgers. I don't care. I'm taking Seattle. I don't care. We got the Rams at Tennessee. I'm taking the Rams. Tennessee with a rookie quarterback, Cam Ward. I think the Rams should pull this out. They're the better team. Carolina at Arizona. They have to travel out west. I'm taking the little elf that could. Kyler Murray. I'm going to take the little elf that could in Arizona over Carolina. Arizona could start 2-0 this year. Denver at Indianapolis. Ooh, they've given Indianapolis another home game. I'm going to take Denver in this one because of their defense. Bo Nix doesn't look that great so far, but I think he's going to pick it up against Indianapolis. I don't think Indianapolis was that good. I think they just ambushed Miami, and Miami just played terrible. So I'm going to take Denver. We got a big one in the 3:30 slot, 4:30 Eastern your time. Philadelphia at Kansas City. Kansas City's going to look to bounce back, but I don't think they will. I do think Kansas City will start 0-2 this season. Again, because I think this is going to be, I don't think Kansas City is going to be the Kansas City that we know this season. I'm taking the Eagles. I wish they both could lose because I don't like Philly or KC, but I have to pick up somebody to win. So I'm going to take Philly. Atlanta at Minnesota, Sunday night. We already talked about this one. I'm taking Minnesota. I think I think JJ McCarthy can build on what he did in Chicago. It may be a little slow start again, but I think he'll pick it up quicker than he did in Chicago. So I'm taking Minnesota. And we get a treat on Monday night. Brody, we get 2 games.
How about that?
We get 2 games. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers playing the Houston Texans at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 Central. So Monday Night Football starts early on Monday. I may have to shut down early.
I'm about to say, look, I'm gonna have to get off work. I need to have me a good old time
early to get ready for this one, right? So we got Tampa Bay and Houston. I'm gonna take Tampa Bay. I wanted to take Houston at home, but because I just don't know.
Can't do it.
They didn't look that good. They didn't look that good against the Rams. Man, I'm just. You know what? I'm taking Houston. I'm going to take Houston. I'm going to take Houston this one. I got to think outside the box sometimes, right? So I'm going to take Houston this one. I think they bounce back. I think CJ Stroud bounces back this week, and they get a win against Tampa. And then the Chargers at the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm taking the Chargers because I picked them to win that division. I think they're going to go 2-0. So that's what I got. Green Bay, Baltimore, Cincinnati, Dallas, Detroit, Miami, San Francisco, Buffalo, Seattle, the Los Angeles Rams, the Arizona Cardinals, Denver Broncos, Philadelphia Eagles, Minnesota Vikings, Houston Texans, and Los Angeles Chargers. That's who I got. But Brody,
that's solid. That's solid.
Brody, you up. You are up.
No. Okay. All right.
You are up. So I'll run them off again. Tomorrow night, Washington at Green Bay.
I'm taking Washington.
Ooh, you're going Washington this week. Okay, so you're not taking Green Bay Green Bay. You took Green Bay and Green Bay last week. Okay, we're switching it up.
It's a reason.
Cleveland. Now go ahead. You want to say something about that game? Go ahead.
It's a method to my madness. I feel like the Commanders with the Packers, they just get better. That's what I'm going to say. They just get better.
Okay. They looked okay against the Giants, and the Giants are a bad team. They looked okay. They didn't look like world beaters, though. They didn't look scary, right?
First game.
Yeah, okay. We'll see. I mean, they have a second-year quarterback, and you saw what happened to C.J. Stroud last year, right? So it's that sophomore slump. You got to watch that with these second-year quarterbacks. But Jalen Daniels, we'll see. Cleveland at Baltimore. Who you got? Do I have to ask, or are you thinking about it? I don't know. You thinking?
I want the Ravens to win. I'm gonna take the Ravens. I'm gonna take the Ravens, and I'm gonna take the loss if they don't pull it out, because I'm so skeptical about that. But I'm gonna take the Ravens. I have to. I'll never want to self-sabotage. I'll take them, but they gotta make it happen.
They gotta make it happen. All right. So you got Baltimore. Okay. Jacksonville at Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
Going with the Bengals. New York Giants at the Dallas Cowboys.
Oof. I'm gonna say Giants.
You going New York? Ooh.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Giants.
Okay, that's spicy right there, my guy.
I'm gonna go. It's the Cowgirls.
Spicy right there, my guy. You sure?
I'm gonna go Giants. Yeah.
You sure?
Yep.
I'll give you one more chance. You
really?
Going with the Giants?
Yep.
You going with the Giants?
Yep. Yes.
All right. Okay. That must be your sleeper. I got you. Chicago Bears at the Detroit Lions.
Detroit, they're at home.
Okay, Detroit.
Yep.
New England Patriots at the Miami Dolphins.
I'm never a fan of the Patriots. I'm gonna have to say Dolphins. And they got home field.
Miami at the crib. I got you. San Francisco at New Orleans.
49ers.
Got you.
49?
Buffalo Bills, New York Jets. Jets are at home. So at the Jets.
At the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not a huge hater. I think the Bills might be a better team than the Jets. I'll take the Bills just for the sake of getting the point.
Okay. I mean, they've won that division the last, 4 or 5 years?
Yeah.
So. Seattle Seahawks at the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I'm not afraid. Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Squares.
Okay. Yeah. Say it with your chest.
I'm gonna say it. They can do it, but they can't beat us.
Okay. All right. LA Rams at the Tennessee Titans.
Rams.
Yeah. Okay.
They come in to Tennessee and handle business.
Okay. Carolina Panthers at the Arizona Cardinals.
I got burned last week for the Panthers. Taking the Cardinals.
Taking Arizona this week. Got you. Denver Broncos at the Indianapolis former Baltimore Colts.
Broncos. Give it to the Broncos.
Broncos. Philadelphia Eagles, defending Super Bowl champions, at the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl rematch from last year.
I think you were right when you said these Chiefs are not the Chiefs that we saw last year. I'm going to have to go Philly.
Okay. Atlanta Falcons at the Minnesota Vikings.
Vikings.
I think you already picked this one.
Yeah,
you already picked this one.
JJ McCarthy puts it down.
Okay. I love your confidence in JJ. I appreciate that. I love it. I love your confidence in JJ. Tampa Bay. So the double dip on Monday. Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Houston Texans. Who you got?
I want to put it down for Stroud. You know what? I will. I will put it down for CJ Stroud. Texans take the Bucks.
You on the train. Okay, I got you. Look, I convinced you, didn't I? They at home. They might get that dub.
I want to see what Stroud's got, man. I know he's got potential. What happened last year, we ain't going to talk about that. We ain't going to talk about it.
Yeah, he hit that. It's the sophomore slump. It happens to a lot of quarterbacks.
Yeah.
It happens to a lot of quarterbacks. It didn't happen to Lamar. But in his sophomore year, he won MVP. Just saying.
Yeah.
Everybody's not Lamar, though. Everybody's not Lamar. Last game of the week, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central. The Los Angeles Chargers. You might be asleep by then. Chargers at the Las Vegas Raiders. You're going to have to wake up and see this one. I don't know if you're going to be able to.
I watched the beginning of this one. It starts at 10, probably to like, halftime. Probably not. Maybe like 11 o'clock. Yeah.
Okay.
This is a tough one, I gotta say, because I picked the Raiders to win last week. They handled business. And the Chargers, well, they're the Chargers.
They beat KC.
They did.
They did.
Wow.
They handled their business.
Chargers.
All right. Run them down. Washington, Baltimore, Cincinnati, the New York Football Giants, Detroit, Miami, San Francisco, Buffalo, Pittsburgh, the Los Angeles Rams, Arizona Cardinals, Denver, Philadelphia, Minnesota Vikings, Houston, and the Los Angeles Football Chargers. So we got. All right.
Yeah. Maybe I'll win this week.
Pencil them in.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Tim's already 1-0. He got me last week. It's all right. We're gonna see if we can bounce back.
That's okay. Hey, look. Even the sun shines on the dog's behind every once in a while, right? It happens. But man, so that's gonna do it. That's a wrap. Got our picks in this week. Talked about some of the big games. So week 2's coming up. Okay. Next time you see us will be next Tuesday. We'll record another episode next Tuesday. We will recap week 2 and let you know where we were right and where we were wrong. Until then, enjoy the week 2 NFL season. Please, we would really appreciate it if you consider liking and subscribing to the channel. We do this for y'all. We're doing this for fun because we like just sitting here and talking football. But we appreciate everybody who watches the videos. If you think we're crazy, let us know in the comments. Go ahead, let us know. Let us know if we don't know what we're talking about. We appreciate any feedback. And again, we appreciate everybody. And with that, my brother, you want to close us out?
Oh, yeah. Any and all feedback is welcome. Just to put that down, man. And like he said, man, like, comment, subscribe. This is Purple Shade Podcast Season 2. I'm your host, Tori Son, along with my brother.
You know who I am.
I want you to say it.
Mr. 98% right, whether you like it or not.
There it is. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of our weekly picks. I've had a good time. We're going to do this again for you guys. It's going to be a consistent thing. And yeah, man, I'm just great to be here. Happy to be here.
Awesome. I'm happy to be here too. We're having fun. All right. Thank you, everybody. And we out.